Hello, hello, hello. Hiya. We are live. So I'm here. Love you guys. Come on in. Today we're going to be doing work a little bit differently. Okay. Today we're going to be doing work a little bit differently. All right. Come on in, come on in, come on in. As you come in, what I'm going to need you to do is I'm going to need you to come in and leave a little comment. Hey, Benjamin, welcome. You know how they shadow ban the crap out of me, so it's okay. Let us. Okay, hold on. Sorry. All right. I'm waiting for people to come in. Let's just make sure this is working. Okay, great. As you come in, hey Zuri, as you come in, leave a like, comment. Come on in. Yay! I'm waiting for you guys. We're going to do something a little bit different today. Today, we're not going to be looking at the mountains. Today, we're going to be doing some inner work, and I'm going to tell you why this is important, okay? So come on in, come on in, come on in. So come on in, come on in, come on in. Yay! Yay! Yep. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. We're going to get started. Okay, hold on here. Bear with me 1 second here. Okay, I'm just checking some messages as you guys come in. Okay, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Today we're going to do things a little bit differently. Okay. All right, great. All right, so, all right, let's do a quick roll call. You know how it goes. Shadow ban, shadow ban, shadow ban. You know, whatever, whatever. We don't really care. But we're going to get stuff done. Okay, Benjamin, Zuri, Christina, Connor, Avion, Andrea, Chanelli, Benjamin, AJ. Okay. So you know how it goes. They shadow ban the crap out of me, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. AJ, Lima. Now, I'm going to give you the premise as to why I'm doing this. I want to say this again, and I'm going to have to say it 100 times. Okay? I'm going to have to say this 100 times because I know people are not going to want to participate, but I am going to ask that everyone participates. Okay? It's important that everyone participates. Okay? I would like everyone to participate in this inner purification because the laws of physics are governed by a level of consciousness. I'll say this again. The laws of physics are malleable. They are governed by the level of your consciousness and your interaction with that wave. Our purpose here is to bring new laws of physics. Renata, what the hell are you talking about? We were not created by gods. We were created by a creator. As soon as I said that, someone ran away, but that's okay. We were not created by gods. We were created by a creator. What's the difference? Okay. There are multiple gods. And what ends up happening with multiple gods on the earth is that men forget God and fight over their interpretation of who God is, and then they end up killing each other, forgetting why there's a God. But no one can deny that there is a creator. And the laws of the creator, no matter where you go, is the same. So if there is a creator, then the question begets, why were we created? Well, we were created to create. Okay? You're trying to tell me we were created like God? Yeah, if your mother and father created you through sex, you're going to look and act like your mother and father. If you look like the mailman, something's wrong. If you act like the mailman, something's doubly wrong. You see where I'm going with this? So it means that we were created by a creator to create. But what exactly are we creating? The things we create impact the realm in which we live. What's the realm in which we live? The realm in which we live are governed by the laws of physics. So you're telling me that we have the power of creation in us to change or enforce the laws of physics around us. Bingo. And how do we do that? We were given the powers of the Creator to change these laws. Renetta, you're insane. Really? How do you explain an airplane? How do you explain a rocket? How do you explain a microscope? A microscope are the eyes of God, what you call God. A microscope allows you to see what only the Creator can see. It magnifies using a different set of laws to see something that only the Creator can see. So today, I have to tackle this, and it's going to leave some people uncomfortable, but it has to be done. It's going to lead some people uncomfortable. It may even make some people hate me, but I don't care. You know me. I'm accustomed to being hated. So what? Whatever. I'll get over it. But I have to do this. And why I have to do this, I'll explain. Okay. I was doing some meditation when I was walking, right? And I was reminiscing on when one of the demoniacs, and I think this was a reformed demoniac who felt guilty for what they did to me. One of the reformed or reforming demoniacs, confessed to me, hey, they were trying to change your nature, okay, change intrinsically who you are. It's like, oh, okay, whoa. What? Damn. And that got me thinking about, oh my God, criminals, the mentally ill. Are these people really criminals? Or did someone change the laws of physics in them? Did anyone hear what I just said? Did you guys hear what I just said? Did someone change? And I'm not yelling at you guys. You know how I start getting passionate and then I start screaming, ah! Sorry, guys. I'm going to try. When they told me that they were trying to change me on a molecular level, on a conscious level, on a physical level, I didn't internalize this. Instead, what I did is I attacked my insides to remove and dismantle anything that would leave an open doorway for them trying to change me. I changed the laws of physics in me, so that way they could not get a foothold. I'm going somewhere with this. Follow me before we start the exercise. Yeah? Then I began to think, I said, wait, hold on. If they confessed that they were trying to change me, are criminals really criminals? Or did someone tampered with the laws of physics? I'm not talking about biology. Okay, because biology will impact the laws of physics. You know there are laws of physics that govern your internal systems? Do you know there are laws of physics that govern your organs? There are laws of physics. It's not just biology you're dealing with on the inside. Do you know that the mind is governed by a whole different set of laws of physics? Do you know that the mind is not governed by biology, but by physics? Yes, Avion, exactly. I began thinking, I said, wait, hold on. Do you understand that the mind is not governed by biology? It's governed by a whole different set of laws of physics. They call it quantum entanglement or quantum physics, not biology. Do you know that the subconscious is governed by physics and not biology? I began thinking, I said, oh my God, if the demoniacs told me that they were trying to change me on the inside to become what they wanted me to be in order to destroy me, I began thinking, I'm like, wait, hold on. That means these people have mastered the art of changing the laws of physics of other people's minds, of other people's consciousness, in particular, using their subconscious. And by and large, altering the person. Then I remembered something that happened in New York City. In New York City, under the 4 years of tyranny that we lived under, we all know that time of tyranny, when people were disappearing by the droves with no ambulances and no hearses going up and down the streets. Break the code, I'm speaking in code. Under the 4 years of darkness, the 4 years of tyranny, I saw massive numbers of people just vanish. And I'm not just talking vanish and run to another state. I'm talking vanish and disappear off the earth. But then the most peculiar thing happened. So I began to walk up and down New York like a crazy lady, trying to wake the people up. Yes, Avion, thank you. Telling them, hey, listen, people are disappearing. Where the hell are these people going? And the people like, oh, you know, it's the C word and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, but where are the ambulances? Where are the hearses? So a lot of people started waking up, but the people were still disappearing. Do you know what I saw them do in New York City? They started to release tens of thousands of rapists, pedophiles, and sexual deviants all across New York. I said, wait, hold on. What? I was like, oh my God. And criminals, but not just criminals. The main group they were releasing was people whose internal laws of physics, I'm going beyond biology, okay? The laws, because physics are laws that governs actions. You following what I'm saying? So their internal laws were totally altered and distorted. I said, wait, something is going on here. And it didn't hit me until today what they were attempting to do. They were disappearing. Let me just take that back. Mass amounts of people just disappeared off the streets of New York. And I am not talking about leaving the state. And I'm not talking about, hey, Cece, I'm not talking about the C word. I'm talking about just vanished. And they were attempting to repopulate the city with sexual deviance. I said to myself, I said, oh my God. It hit me today that they were attempting to change the nature of people. Did you guys catch that? I'm almost done with the opening. You got to get this before we go into the spiritual work, right? Is everyone following? They were attempting to change the nature of people. And when I say change their nature, I'm not just talking about biology. I'm talking about the laws that govern actions. That's physics. They were attempting to turn the city into a place where sexual deviants were free to roam. So I went up and down the city screaming at the people and the parents, telling them what they were doing. And that's when they said flood the border. But that's another day. That's for another day. Then it hit me today. Then I noticed simultaneously when they started secretly releasing sexual deviants into the city, okay, people whose physics, whose biology and their physics, your actions are the laws of physics. Okay? How your cells function, they call it biology, but the fact that your cell is producing energy, the fact that your cells are governed by meiosis and mitosis, this is not biology, this is physics. They were attempting to change the laws of biology in order to bend the laws of physics. And when the laws of physics are altered, do you know what happens to society? The society changes. Did everyone catch that before we move forward? They attempted to change the internal biological systems in people by turning these people into sexual deviants and then releasing them into the city. And then their behavior, because their biology is changed, produces actions. Actions now move from biology into physics. When actions are formed, you know what happens to society? The laws of society change. I said, oh my God. They were attempting to bend and change the laws in order to create a sexually deviant society. It hit me what I escaped. And thus, we started to see sexual perversions. I am not talking about this adult and that adult and what they do as adults without harming other people. That is not what I'm talking about. Oh, Billy is gay, so he's a sin. Man, shut up. I'm not talking about grown adults. That is not what I'm talking about, who have their sexual preferences with each other. That is two adults. That is their decision. That's none of my damn business. I am talking about bending and changing the laws of physics to produce a society that is sexually deviant and open for abuse. I said, shit, that's what I escaped. And then we started to see them try to impose this on a collective. Now, before we start the exercise, this is why everyone must participate in the exercise. I realized, hey, I have no sexual desire for children. They are not sexual objects. But it hit me when you're dealing with these systems of control, they don't expect the laws of physics. I have self-restraint. I don't find children sexually attractive. Children are innocent, pure life forms to be guided and protected and to teach, not to have sex with. But you got to think how they think. What did they do to the American society the last 4 years? They were not attempting to get the American society to act in a sexual deviant way in the last 4 years. No, 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 no. They were attempting to sow the seed today. Did everyone catch that? Did everyone catch that? And we're going to get ready. Did everyone catch what I just said? The goal was to sow the seed in the subconscious. Are you guys following? So that in the subconscious, coupled with external layers of programming, they are germinating a seed, a scaffolding inside the person that they hope to bear fruit. Maybe not with you, but with your children. Are you following what I'm trying to show you? Why it's important. R. Joe, you got it. Okay? The warfare, we only looked at our last 4 years of enslavement only in terms of medical tyranny. What we failed to see was the psychosexual tyranny that was undermining the medical enslavement they were trying to impose on us. Is anybody on earth today? So we're going to do some purifications, because I realized the last 4 years we were screaming because we were being held hostage to medical tyranny. But the outward tyranny was medical tyranny. The inward tyranny was the psychosexual, deviant, perverse tyranny. And that program is installed in all of us. Renata, I'm not a pervert. Listen to me carefully. The fact that they were doing it, even if we fought it and fought it, we fought it and fought it and fought it, and what did they do? They pushed it and pushed it and pushed it, and we fought and they pushed and we fought and they pushed. And how many of us ever said, wait, hold on. We need to make sure that no part of this psychosexual tyranny was secretly installed in our subconscious. You know why? Because even though we fought against the psychosexual tyranny, our gates witnessed it. What gates? The gates of your eyes. Do you know how powerful the eye gates are? The gates of your ears. Okay? Do you control that algorithm? Let me tell you, you know what they're doing on Twitter now? Twitter, they have gone so low that they are literally bombarding people on Twitter with the gore porn of what they're doing to Palestinians. And people are horrified, and they're rising up and saying, we don't tolerate this, but they're not realizing. They don't understand what they're doing. They know that the population is going to say, we reject this. They don't care if we reject it. They are attempting to subliminally inject the message in your brain, not for today's laws of physics, but for tomorrow's laws of physics to change in you. So today, we're going to do the work to dismantle and remove those subliminal laws. Remember, in their Bible, it said that the beast would change the times and the laws, attacking the purity and the innocence of children, and violating and dismantling their body piece by piece by piece, and waging a psychological war on the minds of children, and then waging a parallel war in the mind of an adult, telling an adult it's okay to touch, cut off, mutilate, or sexually exploit a child by blowing them up or cutting off their genitalia or removing it or gluing on another genitalia, violating a child, starving them, blowing them up, killing them. These are all violations that's been implanted in our minds in the last 4 years. Let's get to work. Okay, guys, does everyone understand what I'm trying to show them? I am not saying anyone here is sexually dysfunctional. I am not saying anyone here seeks to abuse or lust after or touch children. That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that the systems attempted to alter the laws of physics in and around us by subliminally programming us. Even if we reject it, they still put the thoughts in our heads. Azani, welcome. Even if we say, hell no, I'm not doing this, you people are sick, the thought is still there. And we never collectively rejected, dismantled, and destroyed these archons. And today, we have to do it. Let's get started. Is everyone here today? So part of this is a purification, part of this is an exercise. Is everyone here, or did I scare everyone away? Let me know you're here, and let me know when you're ready to get started. Okay, part of this requires that you participate. All of this requires that you participate, but part of this requires that you actually type answers in. I did not say anyone here sexually abuses children, but all of us must renounce this. You guys don't understand what they attempted to do to us. We were fighting medical tyranny. We forgot to internally dismantle sexual perversion and tyranny. Eh? We have to attack it, dismantle it, and bring it down everywhere. Okay, so let's begin. There are two systems that either build us. Okay, lagged behind. Okay, that could be Facebook. I think there's a 10, Angel. There is a 10-second lag on Facebook. Yes, Anthony, exactly. And guys, it is not just medical tyranny that we were fighting. Underneath, upholding the medical tyranny was sexual tyranny. They were trying to turn us into perverts. You have to see this. Okay? Now we must renounce this, right? So let's get started. Okay, the beginning. There are two systems. In the life of a person, there are two systems that govern every individual. An external system and an internal system. The external system at the top, most people think it's government and military. No, 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 no. At the top of the system running this planet is religious. I know most people think it's government and military. It's not government and military. It's religious. All of the mad, crazy laws I know this is difficult to believe, but it is religion. Okay? Along with religion, let me just make this a little bit smaller here. I don't know how to make this small. I don't feel like doing that. Okay. Along with religion, the next one at the top is government and military. Why? Because they got the power to force you to do what you don't want to do. Okay? The government and the military is force. We're talking about how the systems, but when the systems work to abuse. I am not talking about when the system, it works in the right way. If it works in the right way, I wouldn't be having this I wouldn't be making this video, right? We're showing how these external systems work to abuse us, right? Okay, so government and military. Why? Because they actually have the power to abuse us. Religion usually uses psychological power to abuse us. Government and military, they use physical power to abuse us. The media uses mental power to abuse us. Banking, finance, and economics, they use financial power to abuse us. And politics uses coupled with politics and psychological power to abuse us. Is everyone catching this? These are the 5 external systems that made you the way you are today. If you are a criminal, one of these institutions turned you into a criminal. What? I'm telling you. You're going to see the internal systems. Okay? Government is eternal. Government, media, banking, finance, politics, and religion are external to you. If you are a sexual pervert, one of these institutions turned you into it. If you are dysfunctional, if you are racist, I'm sorry, I'm not yelling at you guys. If you are sexist, if you're filled with hate, one of these institutions made you who you were. Do you see how much power you're giving away? If in your life there's a repeated pattern of abuse, one of these systems caused it. Because these are the most powerful external systems that shape you from the moment you are born. You get hit with one of these systems. Before you even blink your eye, one of these systems are imposing itself on your life. Do you see? Let me repeat myself. I am not making this video for when the system works. I am making this video because the system doesn't work. If it worked, I wouldn't be making this video. These are the external forces. Now let's get to the internal. These are the systems that are very close to you and cause the most impact to your life. So the external systems then begin to impose on the internal systems, and this is how you become who you are. Let's get to it. We start with generational. The external systems I showed you above enslaved your grandparents and your great-grandparents. Your grandparents, great-grandparents, and great-great-grandparents passed that on to your mother and father, who then passed those abuse on to you, your siblings, and yourself. The external system imposed itself on the internal systems. The internal systems of your grandparents passed it to your mother and father, who passed it to the extended family. Your mother and father passed it to your siblings. And then you passed it on to your friends and your co-workers, and your co-workers and friends passed it on to you. The external system is the most powerful of them all, who imposes itself on the internal system. Your mother, your father, your grandparents, your siblings, your extended families, your friends, and your co-workers, and then they passed it on to you. And then people say, hey, you are the way you are because of you. Bullshit. You are the way you are because an external system created you to be that way. Now, I am not saying that you can't start taking some form of control, but I'm saying that that matrix existed before you left the womb. So we understand the nature of how the external systems abuse the internal systems, creating you. The mere fact that society survived the last 4 years proves that we are far stronger and far more dynamic than the internal systems and the external systems of abuse. Now, here we're going to start doing the purification. So everyone, we are actually going to verbalize this. I want everyone to participate, and it is important that you participate because the last 4 years we went through a psychosexual war. A psychosexual war to turn all of us into perverts. And we had to fight not just medical tyranny, we also had to fight sexual tyranny. And very few of us purified ourselves from the subliminal programming that they embedded. They were not attempting to win. Listen to me carefully. The sexual perverse think tanks did not hit us with the sexual tyranny for 4 years because they thought, oh, after 4 years, I'm going to win. No. The first phase was to get the seed in their minds. Operation, welcome. Plant the seed in their minds. Whether they reject it, whether they accept it, we don't care. We need to plant the seed in their minds. So many of us are like, aha, we defeated the sexual pervert. No, you didn't. Until you attack the sexual perversion, you dismantle the sexual perversion, the seed is in your mind. Is everyone here today? So we are going to do this exercise. I'm going to do the exercise with you. I'm not a sexual pervert, but I was here the last 4 years when they were hitting us nonstop. It's a lot. Oh, Avion, let me put this on the screen. Let me put this on the screen. It's a long-term plan. Are you guys here today? Is everyone alive today? Do you guys see? Let me ask you a question. When you put a mango seed into the ground, do you get a mango seed tomorrow? When you plant an apple seed into the ground, do you get an apple seed tomorrow? Apple tree, I'm sorry. So if the last 4 years was them attempt, look at what they did. Look at how they launched the attack. I was shocked when I realized what occurred. They launched the outward attack. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm yelling. I'm sorry. Let me lower my voice. They launched the outward attack using medical tyranny. But under the medical tyranny, the real attack took place. They were trying to alter the laws of not just biology, not just the inner workings of how the body works, but the laws of physics, which is action. And how did they attempt to do that? They attempted to do that by attacking the mind and saying, this is not this. this is this. It's okay if A does that to B. And we were fighting, hey, I don't want you to stick me with that needle. They weren't trying to stick a needle in your veins. They were trying to stick a penis up your rectum. That and cut off your penis altogether. The penis wars. They wanted a penis for your brains. You don't believe me? Why would they dismantling your humanity and turning you into a sexual object the last 4 years? Am I the only person who was alive the last 4 years? They dismantled me, Renetta, and all my ups and downs and my emotions and my experiences. And they sought to change me into a sexual identity. That was the real battle we fought in the last 4 years, and they succeeded. Because the outward war was to get a prick in your pores. But we overlooked the real war was to change us from a human with emotions into a sexual object. Yeah? Okay, so everyone, let me know when you're ready. We are going to participate in this together. So press 1 if you're ready. Okay? We have to do this. Thank you, guys. We must do this. We must maintain the laws of physics regarding our sexuality. And what does that mean? It means children are not sex objects in this life, in any life, and in any life to come. Children are not a source of food. Children are not a source of sexual pleasure. And children is not a source of sexual energy. Okay? And sex or sexuality must be with consenting adults who are conscious and can make those decisions. So we are going to be attacking the subliminal the subliminal programming that is in our subconscious because we fought a war the last 4 years. Let's get started. So you're going to repeat after me. So we're going to start with some breathing exercises. Everyone get nice and loose. We have to do this. I am not accusing anyone of anything. I am not accusing anyone of anything. We have to collectively do this point blank, period, because we fought a war. So everyone get nice and loose. Let us relax ourselves. There is no blaming anyone for anything. What we are doing is we have to do this inner work because they sowed a seed and we must root up this seed and destroy it. All right, we're going to start with some breathing exercises. And when you hear me say 1, you're going to breathe in. And when you hear me say 3, you're going to breathe out. So 3, 2, 1, breathe in. 2, 3, breathe out. 2, 1, breathe in. 2, 3, breathe out. Now we're going to stop where we are. And we're just going to breathe. You're going to breathe in. And you're going to circulate that ear. We're going to push the ear up into the brain. And we're going to push it out into the mind. The mind is around the brain on the outside. Push the ear up into your brain. And push it out into the mind. You're going to stop. Now I want you to begin to remember The last 4 years of the psychosexual war against children, against your penis, against your vagina, against your eyes, against your pores, against the victims of wars that they use to program society. These are all things so that we become numb to perversion. Breathe in. I want you to actively remember the last 4 years of the psychosexual wars, the laws they imposed on us, the videos, the books that they put in school for children, the visual wars of the sexual perversion and the mental perversion, the gratification of blowing people up and killing people, and then they're rejoicing and having a sexual pleasure at dismembering people. This was all to turn the laws of physics. We have to bring these things to the forefront. Bring to the forefront the books they were teaching in the schools to psychosexualize the children and to numb them down. Bring to the forefront the secret human experimentation, cutting off people's genitalia. Bring to the forefront the psychosexual pleasure they derive that blowing up people in wars, dismembering them, gutting them, stabbing them, killing them, and then running this on social media and calling it this free speech. This was to make us numb. This was to make us hate other people. We have to bring this to the surface. Bring to the surface our governments creating rapists by injecting them and torturing them, and then under the guise of medical tyranny, releasing them to the public. Bring it to the surface. Some of you may be nauseous. I'm feeling sick as hell. You see what's been buried in your subconscious? Bring to the surface. Every time you go on social media, you see missing, 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 missing. Bring it to the surface. This is someone's child. Bring to the surface the damage of depriving children of oxygen while forcing books, telling the children to perform anal sex while you deny them oxygen. Bring it to the surface. Begin to bring the subliminal programming. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? Is it coming to the surface? Bring to the surface that while they deprive children of oxygen, they put 5G towers on the schools. All the while, they filled the libraries with books telling the children to touch each other and to masturbate and to how to receive oral sex. Bring it to the surface because it's buried. Bring to the surface bombing people, telling them, run to the north. And when they run to the north, you bomb them. And then you laugh. Then they laugh. Bring it to the surface. Bring to the surface that they turned Haiti into a laboratory where they can test whatever they want. They destroyed that country and turned it into a lab. And now they're running them out of that country. And then they say the Haitians are eating cats and dogs because we have a video of it. Bring it to the surface. Are you beginning to see what was buried in your subconscious? Are you beginning to see what was buried in your subconscious? Now ask yourself, oh my God, this was here. I remember. Those of you who remember that they deprived the children of oxygen while they rolled out 5G towers to alter their cells, to alter their brains. Why were they changing the way the children thought? All the while putting in books, telling them, put a dildo up your rectum, cut off your penis, cut off your vagina. They rolled out 5G towers. Then they told the parents, it's okay. You can cut off your children's penis. You can dismember their vaginas. You can cut off their breasts. Do you remember? This is what was hiding in your subconscious. Do you remember the books telling the children, this is how you receive anal sex, that they put into the schools while they put the 5G towers and then deprive the children of oxygen? Do you remember? We must remember. We must remember, because what they do is when they instill the sexual deviancy for us, it is not for today, it's for tomorrow. Now let's get started. You're going to repeat after me. Before we start, everyone just press 1 and let me know that you're in the state of remembrance. You remember what they did. Press 1 just to let me know I remember. Because now we must remove this. We cannot allow this. Thank you, Kay Wright. We cannot allow this. Thank you, Alex, Andrea, Avion. Thank you. Thank you, Merlin, Chanelli, Jessica. Thank you. Let us stay in that state of remembrance. Jessica, be exist. Michael, Life, Sarah, we remember. AJ, thank you. We remember. We remember. We remember. We fought. Come on, let's go back to remembrance. We were fighting for medical freedom. And they were fighting, thank you, Connor, thank you, Operation. We were fighting for medical freedom and bodily autonomy. And they were fighting to create sexual perverts. Do you remember when we were locked down? Our governments released rapists and pedophiles who they created into our neighborhoods. Why would they release rapists and pedophiles who they created into the neighborhoods? And at the same time, these were the books they put into the schools. We remember. And we forgot all about this. We remember. Why were our government secretly releasing rapists, violent sexual predators, pedophiles who they created after they locked us down? But our children, we were locked down, but our children were in schools. And what they were teaching the children in schools was to become sexual perverts. Look at what they did to us. We remember. We remember. We must remember. Now let's begin the process of purification. Woo! Repeat after me. It's on the screen. I acknowledge. I, Renetta Jones, say your name. Acknowledge that all forms of sexual perversions, and sexual distortions and abuse exist in all systems of power in this society. Repeat after me. I, Renetta Jones, acknowledge that these systems are consciously and subconsciously trying to sexually pervert my consciousness in order to limit my potential. Take a deep breath. This is heavy stuff. This is heavy. Woo-wee! This is some heavy stuff. Repeat after me. Are you guys feeling the heaviness that we brought up to the surface? Am I the only one? Are you feeling the heaviness? Thank you, Operation. I can't be the only one that's feeling the demonic energy. Woo-wee! Okay, let's go. Let's go deeper. Thank you, K-Rai. Thank you, Andrea. You see what was hiding? The atmosphere that's charged with that demonic energy is what they embedded in our subconscious for 4 years. That is why we had to bring it to the surface. Okay, now it's time for us to kill this thing dead. Repeat after me. I acknowledge that the internal and external systems of power and control are actively attempting to turn society into sexually perverted vampires who feed, live, and exist off of the sexual, mental perversions, distortions, and psychological abuses inflicted on us. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. We acknowledge that this occurred. Now it's time to attack it. What we did was we just acknowledged this actually happened to us. Now it's time for us to kill this thing dead. Repeat after me. People are going to be offended by this, but no one cares. I renounce all internal and external systems of power and control within religion, within government and military, within media, television, internet, radio, Hollywood, print media, within politics, within economics, within intergenerational lines through great grandparents and grandparents, within mother and father, within siblings, within friends, co-workers, society, within extended family. Let's go in. Repeat after me. I renounce I, Renetta Jones, say your name, renounce, reject, curse, dismantle, rebuke, rape, anal rape. You have to say this. I don't care if you're a man, you have to say it. Remember Puffy? How many were listening to Puffy's music? You think they didn't embed that in you? Anal rape, vaginal rape, financial rape. This is what they're doing now. Spiritual rape, mental rape, emotional rape, physical rape, raping of the eyes, via all religious institutions, via government and military, via media, television, internet, radio, Hollywood, print, via politicians and politics. We're being raped. Open your eyes. Via economics. We're being raped of our value of our dollars. Intergenerationally, your grandparents, great-grandparents, through your mother, through your father, through your siblings, through your friends, through your co-workers, through society, through any extended family. I renounce, I reject, I destroy, I curse and dismantle all forms of rape. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. We're going in. We got to deal with this because many of us love abuse. We love abuse. We love to be abused by religion. Take a deep breath. Keep breathing. If we don't want to be abused by religion, we love a government abusing us. We love the military abusing us. We love to be abused by the media and politics, and we love to be financially abused or abused through your bloodline, your friends, your family. We love being abused. We must stop. Or we love watching others be abused. We must renounce this sickness of rape that's been embedded into us. And now they gave you Puffy and said he raped everything in sight. So you let Puffy rape everything in sight for the last 40 years and did nothing? Why? Because they created Puffy to be a rapist. You see how the game is played? So that Puffy could then rape society. That's why I said to you, they create the rapists, they create the murderers, they create the vampires, they do it. And then they use them to destroy us. We must renounce rape. Let's get to abuse. Many of us, we hate rape, but we love being abused. Many of us, we don't want to be raped, but we sure as hell love being abused. Let's get to the abuse. Repeat after me. I renounce. I, Renetta Jones, take ownership. Renounce, reject, curse, destroy all abuse from religion, from government and military, from abuse from the media, internet, radio, Hollywood, or print media, from politics and politicians, from the economic system. I renounce, reject, curse, and destroy all forms of intergenerational abuse, from great grandparents to grandparents. I renounce all forms of abuse from mother or father, siblings, friends, co-workers, society, or extended family. I renounce financial and material abuse. I renounce all abuse of power and position. I renounce all abuse that lead to neglect and abandonment. I renounce all psychological, this is the main one they're doing to us, and emotional abuse. I, Renetta, curse all forms of abuse. And I enforce my boundaries. Let's get to I renounce abuse of lies, where they lie and lie and lie and lie and refuse to change their behavior. This is abuse. I renounce abuse in the form of deceit. Where people say things to get what they want and they don't mean what they say. I renounce abuse in the form of slavery. All abuse leads to enslavement. You are not created as a slave race. You see these people telling you the Anunnaki created you as a slave race? Lies. The reason why I know no Anunnaki created you as a slave race, because we have the power to create. You're not going to create something, give them the power to imagine and create and call them slaves. Nonsense. Discrimination. Black against white, white against black, gay against straight, straight against gay, Muslim against Christian, Christian against Muslim, Jews against the whole world against innocent Jews, not psychopaths. Gay against straight. I renounce all forms of discrimination. Institutional abuse. Some of us love institutions and we love being abused by them. How many of you have been abused by the churches and refuse to pick up and leave? You forgive and forgive and forgive, and you get weaker and weaker and weaker. But someone told you God said forgive, and you stay while they're killing you. This is abuse. This is institutional abuse. How many of us love political abuse? Where the politicians tell you, I'm going to fix it, I'm going to fix it, I'm going to fix it. And then they get in office and then they go and they help all their friends to get rich while taking your money and working you like a slave. Many of us love institutional abuse. How many of us love financial abuse? Where the rich, and I'm not talking about all rich people, but the system gives all the wealth to a select group of people that belongs to us. The system kill us, steal what is ours, destroy us, and give our wealth, our hard-earned wealth, to others. You love institutional abuse if you don't see something wrong with this. I renounce all forms. Say after me, I'm Renetta Jones. I don't care what society says. I may not be able to fix the institutional abuse, but I don't have to accept it. I may not be able to fix it, but I don't have to accept abuse by any institution. I have a right to reject institutional abuse. How many of us live in domestic abuse? Verbally abused, emotionally abused, financially abused, physically abused, isolation, mental abuse, and you stay because some book told you to stay. You love domestic abuse. I don't love being abused. You have the power to leave. I, Renetta Jones, renounce, repeat after me, all forms of abuse in my domestic life. I am not letting a religious book tell me to stay. I am not letting any institution tell me to stay or accept. You see how deep the abuse goes? And then you wonder why people are rapists. You wonder why people are mad. You wonder why they're crazy. I renounce all forms of domestic abuse, neglect. I, Renetta Jones, repeat after me. I renounce all forms of neglect and abandonment. I am worthy to be heard. I am worthy to be listened to. I am worthy of respect. This is one of the biggest ways they abuse: acts of omission and commission. They forget it or they go along with it. I, Renetta Jones, renounce all acts of omission and commission in all systems, external and internal, imposed upon me, that will rape, abuse, or enslave me. Wars, unjust wars where your children and someone else's child die to make others rich. I, Renetta Jones, reject all wars that are contrived and fabricated, that is murdering my fellow human at home or in another country, making others rich. I reject this. Excess taxation and you're not getting the money is abuse. Oh, pay your taxes. No. Pay your taxes with proper representation, and you see that the taxes are going to you and your neighborhood and your community, not to corporations, not to lobbyists, and not to super PACs. Your taxes is supposed to go to you. How does that work? To your schools, to your roads. If there's a housing crisis in your area, your taxes are there to help you if you're a homeowner. If you need to catch up on your car notes, your taxes are there to help you to do that. Renetta, that's communism. No, that's taxation with representation. Because they take your taxes and give it to corporations and then have you worshiping billionaires that they stole your money from. I renounce excess government taxation that does not represent me. I may not be able to fix this beast system, but I don't have to live with it. Let's get to the poisons. The poisons is rape against your body. You trust these corporations to give you food and to give you drink. And they betrayed your trust by putting poison in your food and your drink. This is where you have to actively detox yourself. There's no renouncing there. You got to try your best to run from the poison. Everyone, take a deep breath. And just repeat after me. I, Renetta Jones, I am worthy of love. I am worthy of respect. I am worthy to be healthy. I am worthy to be prosperous. I am worthy of having privacy. I am worthy of having bodily autonomy. I am worthy of financial justice. And I am worthy of having dreams and executing those dreams. I, Renetta Jones, repeat after me, will not permit in my mind, in my body, and in my spirit, depriving children of oxygen, radiating children and changing their minds, while putting books in their schools to turn the children into tomorrow's perverts. I will not agree in my mind, in my body, in my spirit, in my conscious and my subconscious, turning children into sexual objects. Children are not sex objects. They are a living soul with a lot of emotions. I, Renetta Jones, renounce all forms of psychosexual programming to turn today's children into tomorrow's perverts so that they can become food for sexual deviance. Let's move on. Take a deep breath. Okay. Now this is the part where, woo-wee. Oh shit, I moved too quickly. All right, come out of it. Oh shit, sorry. Ooh, I'm so sorry, guys. I came out of it too quickly. Okay, take a deep breath. Sorry. Take a deep breath. I'm sorry because I entered into the subconscious and I forgot to slowly pull you out of the subconscious state. Sorry, come out of it slowly, slowly, slowly. Take a deep breath in. I'm so sorry. Take a deep breath out. Slowly open your eyes. Okay, now everyone, before we move on to part 2, just take a deep breath and slowly come out of that subconscious state. I'm so sorry. I moved too quickly. I forgot to pull you out of the subconscious state before I moved on to part 2. Sorry about that. Okay, everyone, as you slowly come out of the subconscious state, I had to access that state because that is where they buried the seed. They buried the seed to change your biology in order to change the laws of physics. Okay? All right, so before we move forward, everyone let me know that you're here. Press 1 if you are back in your conscious mind. Thank you. Thank you. Everyone let me know that you're back in your conscious mind. Thank you. All right, really quickly, how do you feel? Can I tell you how I feel? Oh, okay, I'll tell you guys after. Everyone, quickly, how do you feel now that you performed that subconscious dismantling of what they tried to change us into? How are you feeling now? Quickly, how are you feeling? Clear. My neck isn't as stiff. Fortified. Clear, clear. Thank you. Normal process goes on and on. Clarity. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Anybody else? I feel relief, like a heavy burden off of me. Andrea, thank you. Lighter, lighter. Empowered to be self-assured. Wonderful. Does everyone now see what was hidden in our subconscious? Our subconscious? So you see, I wasn't making this up. Yes or no? Can you, now that you feel how you feel now, do you see what they implanted into your subconscious mind? Relieved. I feel like a massive ton of bricks was lifted from my subconscious and is now being broken up. Thank you, K. Wright. Anybody else? Do you see what they installed in us without our knowledge? New life, weightless. Thank you. That's how I'm feeling. Yeah. I feel like I'm like, shit. It's a seed they were trying to plant. Now the question is, who would try to plant this seed? All right, part two. Part two. Okay, thank you guys. Now this is where you guys have to put out answers. Okay, now I want you guys to name a pattern of abuse. Archonic stuff. Yes, operation. Yes. Yes. You see what they did to us the last 4 years? We were fighting for medical freedom. But there was an underlying tyranny they subconsciously planted in our minds. They rolled out the two of them at the same time. The medical tyranny and the psychosexual tyranny. And while most of us were fighting for medical freedom, they were implanting psychosexual tyranny and installing it into us. For a later date, we dismantled it. Okay, wonderful. All right. So now we got a second part to do, because now we're going to work the conscious mind. Psychological. Yes, yes, yes. Remember the Balenciaga thing. Yes. You see, now Avion, you see what we did? We activated the subconscious and brought it to the forefront. And now we're remembering what they did to us. Okay. Now the second part is our conscious mind. Okay, we looked at, really quickly, this is where we participate. This is interactive. Remember the internal system of abuse, which is your family, your friends, your co-workers, right? And then the external systems of abuse, which is religion, when they're not working properly. Not when they're working properly, when they're not working properly, right? The external systems of abuse: religion, media, government, politics, banking, finance. Okay, now this is the part where we use the conscious mind. Name a pattern of abuse in your life. A pattern of abuse for me is, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, benefit of doubt, benefit of the doubt, benefit of doubt. Okay, I can't remember how that goes. Okay, right? I like to believe that most people are inherently good. That is a pattern I am working to break. You guys seeing this game? So name a pattern of abuse. How was that instilled? I know where that pattern of abuse came from. Is that when we were growing up, you wanted to believe that everyone was inherently good. And then for a short period of time, I was in religion, and you're programmed to believe that in religion, when people are saved, they become good. My solution, let me write it down. So, false belief, people are good. Okay, it was childhood and religion. So this would be internal systems and religion, the external system. Okay, so this is who programmed that into me. My solution is, I had to realize that this thing kept getting me into trouble. Okay, So my solution was I had to, on a one-to-one basis, look at behavior. That's how I had to resolve this. And then if the behavior continued, I had to remove myself. So you see, and then deal with the trauma if there was any. So you see how I took ownership of that pattern that was installed in me. Okay, girly, I'm going to go by girly because girly said it first. Loving your abuser. Okay, girly, that's a great one. Loving abuser. Girly, how was that program installed? And anyone else could answer. Was that program of loving your abuser, was it internally installed by friends, family, co-workers? Was it intergenerational? Or was it externally installed in you by government, military, religion, television, media, influencers? How was that program of loving your abuser installed? Was it internal? Was it external? Okay, the next one I'm going to go with operations. Operations is the next one. Operations said, forgive every time. Oh, that's a great one. Girly, I'm waiting for your answer. Okay, Avion said, loving your abuser was both internal, that is your friends, your family, your co-workers, your neighbors, etc., and external, meaning that system, let's break this down. External systems. Okay, now loving your abuser was installed into you by both internal systems, intergenerationally, friends, family, co-workers. It was installed into you by external systems like religion, society, government, whatever, right? Okay, now let's examine this. If loving your abuser was installed in you by internal and external programs, are you who you're supposed to be? I'm waiting for the answer. Okay, so Linda said, no, it's a process. AJ said, not fully. Are you guys seeing the laws of physics that govern you? Did you guys catch that? Did you guys catch that? Did you guys catch that? Look at that. So you came into this planet where systems around you and systems outside of you said, you have to love your abuser. And then you're shocked that you are not the full potential you should be. Are you guys seeing when I say it's society that creates the rapists? It's the external and internal systems that create the abuse, the conditions for abuse. I am not denying accountability because at some point in time, you got to take control. Okay, loving abuser, internal and external systems, that includes yourself. What is the solution? What is a solution to stop loving your abuser? It diminishes you and your spirit. Are you guys seeing the laws of physics? Are you seeing how they hinder? What is the laws of physics when you're abused? How are the laws of physics defied, broken, dismantled, inhibited? when you love your abuser? You know what happens? Your spirit, thank you, Linda, diminishes. It deactivates your potentiality. It's physics. It's a law of physics. What you should become, that is a progression. That is a law of physics. The actions, that's thermodynamics, that's energy and motion. These are laws of physics. These are not biological laws. When you are abused, it is not biology that's affected. It's potentiality that's affected. Okay. Zuri says, solution, love yourself. Okay. Linda said, you got to go within. Okay. And separate from person. Okay. You got to start freeing your mind. Thank you, guys. Hold on. Let me just do this one. Detach. You have to detach. Okay. Let's say the system that's abusing you is religion. What do? Do you stay or do you go? Let's say it's government that's abusing you. What do? Let's say it's military. Let's say it's the media. Okay? Why are you doing this? Why do you have to identify how the program was installed? Because dismantling the program, you're attempting to change the laws of physics that govern your actions. We are not just biological beings. The mere fact we were given the power to create, meaning that we were given power over the laws of physics. Run, walk, renounce, curse them, detach, free your mind. Okay. Let's get to unconditional forgiveness. Oh boy. Spiritual detox. Thank you for that one. That was a great one. Oh, this one is a bad one. I'm going to dismantle some religious zombies today. Oh, they're going to hate me, but I don't care. Unconditional forgiveness. But the law said love your enemies. But the good book said if they slap you, give them the other cheek. You will not get to heaven. Okay, come on. Come on. Oh, they're going to hate me for this. They're going to hate me, but I don't care. But Jesus said, when they slap you, give them the next cheek. Now, if everybody on earth got slapped, nobody would have cheeks. If everyone on earth gave up their life to a murderer, there won't be any people left. When they rape you, vaginally rape you, forgive them. Wait, hold on. How about you demand that the rapist stop raping? No. You must forgive. Hey, when they rob you, you must forgive them. Hey, why don't you demand they give me back my money? Nope, you got to forgive them. What? But they violated me. Nope, I don't care. You unconditional forgiveness. Oh, let's go there. Oh, let's go there. Who created this system? Who installed this system in you? That's the next question. Who installed the system of loving your abuser, of forgiving your abuser, whether he rapes you, steals your money, rapes your children, abuses you, beats you up? Who installed this system in you? Who put it? Is it you? Is it the internal system? Your friends, your family, your neighbors, your co-workers? Is it external? Is it religion? Is it government? Is it the media? Is it influencers? Okay, the answers are coming in. The church. Oh, they're going to hate me for this one. But we got to deal. If we going to deal with abuse. Oh, nobody heard what I said. If we're going to deal with abuse, abuse limits the laws of physics from working inwardly in you, which restricts the laws of physics around you. Potentiality is a law of physics. This is physics at work. Potentiality is not biology. Your potential is not biological. It is physics. The church. Oh boy, I'm about to go there. So if the church installed a program in you, oh, they're going to hate me for this. Oh, they're going to hate me for this. Oh, they're going to hate me, but that's okay. If we are to heal, we must heal from all forms of abuse. If the church, via a book, installed a law in you that causes you to be abused, to be food, what must you do? Should you fulfill that law, or should you abandon that law? Third question. If the church instills a law in you that causes you to be abused, what should you do? Abandon! Abandon that law. Why? Now let's get into why should we abandon a law that causes you abuse? In my opinion, it's because it doesn't hold the people accountable. Before you come to tell me forgive, you must demand the perpetrator compensate me for the crimes. Is anyone on earth today? Now you tell me, why must you abandon that law of unconditional forgiveness? You tell me, why must we renounce, reject, remove, and circumvent the laws that says we must forgive, and they get abused and forgive, and abuse and forgive, and abuse and forgive, and abuse and forgive? You forgive. Wait, hold on. What about the perpetrator? And I say, forget about him. God will deal with him 500 years into the future. In Haiti, rapists get a smile. After that, they offer him a met cafu. What's met cafu operation? Break met cafu. Rapists get a smile. I know places where, anyway, I can't say that on here because you know how YouTube goes. Okay. It doesn't benefit the person being wronged. Are you beginning to understand how these systems abuse us? Avion, are you the only person here? Anybody else? Zuri, thank you. Prison. Everyone meditate on what's on the screen. What is a pattern if not reincarnation? Metcalfe is Maitre Carrefour, the Loire of Crossroads, the beautiful spirit. Okay, thank you. After that, they offer him Metcalfe. Okay, Apparition, you got to break this down to me because I don't like this. A rapist, I don't know about that. You got to break that down for me. What is Metcalfe? It's Maitre Carrefour. That's Crossroads. Okay. Marla says, you are chipping away at the person's spirit. But let's get to prisoner of reincarnation. What is a destructive pattern if not reincarnation? This is powerful. Making so K. Wright, are you saying that a repeated pattern of abuse puts a person into a cycle of reincarnation? Is that what you're saying? Come on, K. Wright, I need you to break this down for the zombies. Why? Oh, he said one. Let's go back to that again. Someone abuse you, you forgive. No accountability. They abuse you again. You forgive again. No accountability. They abuse you again. No accountability. You forgive them. They abuse you again. No accountability. They abuse you again. Who is in the pattern of destructive behavior? Soul trapping. Karmic debt. Thank you. Now let's get to prison of reincarnation. Marla says they are chipping away at your spirit. Can anyone tell me why unconditional forgiveness is changing? Why does it change the laws of your spirit? If you forgive, and Marla, you are exceptionally beautiful. Marla said it's chipping away at your spirit. What is the spirit? If not something designed to defy the laws of physics. Is anyone in the house today? Is anyone in the house today? Your spirit is the vehicle that was created to dismantle, change, and alter the laws of physics. Is everyone catching that? Your physical body is what is used in the physical realm to alter the laws of physics. Your spirit is the potentiality of that law. Where your body is governed by certain limitations, your spirit is not. This is why you cannot keep forgiving when people abuse you. Because they are chipping away at your spirit. And they are stopping you from potentiality. They are limiting the laws of physics around you. Right? So, we must abandon. What else must we do? We must understand how to stop it and hold them accountable. Okay? Perpetrators. A society that does not hold perpetrators accountable is a sick society. Okay. Operation said you can break when you learn to harness and direct your pain inside as a spiritual weapon. Yes, that's when you're fighting. This is how you defy the laws of physics, yeah? You accept the wrong done by forgiving. You say it's okay. Exactly. All right. All right, here's one. So we got to church, we got to accountability. Let's get to accountability, but that's kind of like the last one. Let's move over to this one. Okay, now, This one, this is how we're going to play this game because I need you conscious. I need you conscious. This is part 2. We don't have to worry about the 2 ones, but we see how the game is played. We identify the abuse, the type of abuse, and the abuser. We must identify how that program was installed in us, and we must remove it, the solution. Are you guys seeing the 3 steps? Okay. And understanding the 2 systems that was imposed upon us that made us who we are. Does everyone understand phase 2 to real, deep spiritual purification? Yeah? Does everyone understand? The soul is altered. This is powerful. Anything that chips away at your spirit is literally attempting to hold your potentiality and limit you. You're dealing in the realm of physics. Okay? Right? Everyone understand how we deal with abuse. We must understand the systems. There are 2 systems, internal systems, external systems. We must identify all the types of abuse when the system is not working. We have to be able to confront the abuse. Stop denying it. We must confront it. We must name the abuse, name the abuser. We must identify, hey, wait, how did this get inside of me? And then we must solve it. Yeah? Now, let's get to the most important one of our time. We, the people at the bottom, have been lied to by governments telling us that our taxes should not go to us. We are only looking at financial abuse because I believe it is our right to get that money back. Let me say that again. It is our right to get that money back. And I'm not talking about communism. It is our right to get that money back. We have been lied to and told, oh no, give, 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 give. Oh, and when they abuse you and try to kill you, keep giving. Oh, pay taxes here, pay taxes there, tax, tithes, offering, tax, tithes, offering, tax, tithes, offering, tax, tithes, offering. They have 5 houses, they have 10 cars, and you have a rubber slippers and a tax bill. Now let's look at financial abuse. We have to. All of you, I am not talking about greed. Greed is different. They lied to us and told us, if you demand justice for abuse, you're a lover of money. Bullshit and fuckery. If my energy is being used, if my body is being used, why should my body and my energy make you rich? Did anyone catch that? Why should my energy, why should my intellect, why should my labor make you rich? And then you take my money and come up with poison to kill me. And then when I say I don't want your poison, you say, I'm going to take away your job. And then when I take the poison, you take out insurance out on me. And then when I die, you get rich a second time. Listen, it's time. It is time for economic justice for the working class. Did anyone understand English? It is time for financial justice for those of us that the system used as lab rats. Does anyone understand English? It is time for economic justice for those of you that the system used as wage slaves. It is time for the money that was created, the wealth that was created, that managed to trickle. We did the work. We produced the labor. And the money defied the laws of gravity. Oh, we in church today. Can I get an amen? I said, can I get an amen? Let me show you how. Money defies the laws of gravity, physics. We, the everyday people, we do the labor. We, the everyday people, we produce the goods. We, the everyday people, produce the productivity that results in money. Here comes the laws of physics being defined. When the money comes in, instead of the money follow the laws of gravity and come down to us, the money defies the laws of physics and goes to the rich at the top. Can I get an amen? We have to change the laws of physics regarding institutional financial abuse, structural financial abuse, financial abuse that defies the laws of gravity. Gravity pulls objects to the ground, but somehow money flows to the top. Somehow poverty flows to the bottom. Somehow, I said somehow, joblessness flows to the bottom. Somehow, slavery, economic slavery flows to the bottom. But money seems to defy the laws of gravity. And the only pathway money knows is to the top. Those days are over. Today, we must begin to dismantle the law in which money defies gravity, where it flows to the top and we are left at the bottom. Name one institution or name one way in which financial abuse occurs. Come on. I'll name one. Did anyone see what I just said? Oh, they're going to say, oh, she's defying the Lord. Let the Lord come down and work. If the Lord wants 10%, let the Lord come down here and put in some work. Okay. I am not saying don't give tithes and offerings. I am saying, how is it your pastor got 10 cars? He has a summer home, a winter home, a vacation home. They have maids and you can't pay a light bill. How is it that your religious man sits on a golden throne from your money? and having the nerve to tell you, oh, hard times are coming. It don't look hard from that golden throne you're sitting on. Okay, let's get. Okay, taxes. Okay, taxes in America is at 40%. Guys, taxes is at 40%. Okay? Some, because of certain states, it's at 50%. So you're looking at 50 to 60% of your wages gone. And the private jet for human trafficking, but you didn't hear that from me. Let's continue. Taxes. You're taxed on the internet. You're taxed when you get your paycheck. After you get your paycheck, you're taxed when you go to the store. You're taxed when you go to the gas station. You're taxed when you buy a loaf of bread. You try to buy something online, you're taxed. Okay? You try to change your window in your house, they tax you to change your window in your house. You mow your lawn, they tax you. You take out the garbage, they tax you. You're born, they tax you. You're born in the hospital, they tax you. You die and you're about to go in the coffin. Before you can enter the coffin, they hit you with a death tax. Someone leaves you 50 cents, they tax you for the 50 cents. And then they have the nerve to tell you, when you go to the government and you say to the government, hey, listen, I can't pay my car note today. Can you give me a little bit of money so I can catch up on my car note so I can drive to work? They tell you that's unconstitutional. Woo! Okay, they tax you when you buy a house. They tax the land on the house. When you pay off the house, they said the house is yours, but the land is not. Woo! Listen. Then when you go to the government and say, hey, you fucked up the economy. I have a degree and I can't get a job so I can pay off my student loan. They said that's unconstitutional. Okay. All right. Nobody answers this question. What's the solution? We're just going to leave this blank because I don't want anybody getting into trouble. Woo! Then they tell you, they tax the lace wigs. Then they tell you the problem is racism. Okay. All right. We're not going to put a solution to the taxes because you know the IRS are watching us. Woo! Okay. Name some more financial abuses. Come on, let's go. How about we're not going to put a solution to the taxes because you know the tax are watching us, and you know they give the tax man guns, right? You know the last 4 years they give the tax man guns, right? So we're going to leave that part blank. Woo! Okay. All right. So look at this. What other ways they screw us over? Financial abuse. Come on, people. External financial abuse, internal financial abuse. Come on, name some more. Name some more ways they abuse us financially. Sending the money overseas. Okay, how about that one? Sending your tax money overseas. How's that? Let's just put trillions. Hey, wait, hold on. I can pay my student loans, but you got $1 trillion to send overseas? Low wages. Oh, low wages. And wages that's not commensurate with the standard. Okay, sorry, I'm yelling. Wages that's not commensurate with the standard of living, right? Money printing. They keep printing money, devaluing the dollar you have, right? Money printing. Okay, so sending money overseas. Let's just leave that as trillions. By now, it's like hundreds of trillions. Hundreds of trillions, okay? All right, what's the solution when they send your money overseas and then turn around and tell you, we don't have money to help you with your student loan? Oh, wait, you can't meet your mortgage today? We can't help you because that's unconstitutional. Oh, wait, you can't pay your property taxes? We can't help you because that's unconstitutional. But it's constitutional to send trillions of your money overseas. What do we do? What do we do? Right? I think the only thing we need to do is stop being in denial. I think that's where we start. Remember, I told you that money somehow defies the laws of physics. We do the work. We produce the goods. We produce the labor. And when it comes to the money, money defies the laws of physics in that instead of the money flowing down, the money flows up instead of down, right? Okay, low wages. Wages, okay, who installed this? That's external, right? So that's systems out of our reach. How do we stop financial abuse where our wages do not reflect the cost of goods? We got to deal with this because this is financial abuse. They're already running away with 50% or sometimes 60%. Religion takes 10, sometimes 20%, and then taxes take 40 to 50%. If we don't address financial abuse by the system, they are coming for 100%. We got to fix this, okay? We got to address this, okay? Money printing. Money printing is external. That's not us. We got to address this. This is financial abuse by the system. Grocery prices. Yes. Grocery. Okay, goods and services. Okay, expensive. That's money printing, but I'm going to put it expensive goods and services. Okay, that's external. Okay, we got to address financial abuse. Okay, right? Here's another one. They're using weather weapons to destroy parts of the country that produce food to drive the goods up. Scarcity, artificial scarcity, that's financial abuse. Okay, let me show you another way they financially abuse you. When you can't afford to buy eggs or meat in the grocery store, and you decide, hey, I'm going to raise some chickens, they come and they arrest your chicken. And in the case of New York, even though this wasn't food, they murder your squirrel. I mean, it wasn't food, but this is still a government abuse. How you release, you create pedophiles and rapists, you release them onto the streets to terrorize the population. But if I have a pet squirrel, you come and murder the squirrel. I mean, that's not financial abuse, but it's still abuse. Come on, guys. One more. Give me one more way that internal systems or external systems, land theft, that's financial abuse. Are you guys seeing this? That could be internal, like a family dispute, or external via government agencies. We need to address this. Okay, agricultural tax laws, yes. Taxation, that's external. Okay, stealing people's land, right? This is financial abuse. Interest rates, oh, that's a great one. Interest rates that's out of our reach. Interest rates that doesn't take into consideration we can't afford the fucking interest. Because the laws of money defy the laws of gravity. What do you mean? Labor flows down. Okay. Production flows down. Okay. But when it comes to the money defies gravity by flowing up to the rich. Hold on. If we're doing the labor and we're producing the goods, the money should flow down, not up. Okay? Okay. Government bailouts. Okay, this is external. Okay, interest rate is external. We got to address this. This is how we're being abused, people. Okay, identity theft. Okay, now we know that this is external forces. You know why? Funny. You know why we know that it's the system that create the identity thieves? Let me show you how they create the identity thieves. If I say something on Facebook they don't like, if I say something on YouTube, like I'm using this as an example, COVID was a medical scam to kill people and take money. They will find my videos and they will cut my videos off, but they would run advertisement for people who are scamming people, stealing their money, and never giving them goods. Identity theft. It's all external. These are ways your money is being stolen. Okay, hold on. Next one. Okay, interest. Yes, the interest rate, like cash. That's powerful, powerful, Avion. That's powerful. Watch this. And that's powerful. Oh, I'm sorry. K. Wright said interest rates, and then Avion expounded on the interest rates. The interest rates like money. You're talking about how the system financially abuses us, right? Oh, that's a good one, K. Wright. The interest rates like money defy the laws of gravity. What do you mean? The interest rates steal from us the value of our dollars. But the interest rates work in favor for them at the top. Are you guys seeing this? Financial abuse. Okay, interest rate. K. Wright, this is a great one. The way in which the system financially abuses us. When people start a barter economy, they raid the Amish for milk that's not radiated. They raid people who are raising cattle and saying the cattle is not injected, kill them all. They create laws that say any underground railroad economy is criminal, thereby destroying people to people means of exchange. This is a great one. They abuse us by the underground economy and its external systems. We got to address this. Are you guys seeing how we are some of the ways we are financially abused? Now look at how the program was installed. The majority of the financial abuse, and I'm not saying don't give your churches 10%. I'm saying that 10% is supposed to work for you, not make anybody rich. It's supposed to work for you. You cannot give money and you don't see the fruit. Otherwise, you're encouraging a system of abuse. Now look at the financial abusive system. Look at this. The majority of the abuse comes from external systems. Who are the external systems? Religion, government and military, the media, banking, finance and economics, and politics. The financial abuse done to Black people and now to white people by stealing their wealth. Is that Democrats? Is that Republicans? No, it's the whole external system. You guys seeing it? It's the whole external system. When the system doesn't work, the system becomes abusive. And then that external system imposes it on your internal system. Your parents, your mother, your father, your siblings, your extended family, your friends, and your co-workers. And the external system, this, demands that this conform. It's the whole rotten bird, right? Okay, so there is a part 3 and a part 4. Let's do these orations really quickly, and then we're going to close tonight out. We're already at 2 hours. Yeah? All right. So I know I do long form because I do long form because, oh, the Federal Reserve, that's a great one. That's the economic system that imposes the system of racism, of sexism. Okay? When a nation is not in control of its money, this is how people become enslaved. Well said. Okay, so there's a part 4, but we're going to stop here at the orations, right? I do long form videos because I want people to take their time, come back to the videos, replay, and digest. That's why I do long form. Most people have the attention span of fruit flies. I love you guys because you guys love long form videos. The average person does not. The average person has the attention span of a fruit fly, less than 10 seconds, right? All right, so, and that's because of the external system giving them short form information that's not thoroughly researched, right? Okay, so the third part is, now that we internalized, right? Yeah, Avion, yeah, really, now that we internalized and externalized who's abusing us, right? We have to identify. And the average person in America have been programmed to believe this is the land of the free. This is the land of the free. Nothing's wrong. We're in the land of the free. This doesn't happen here. Meanwhile, the noose is being tied around their necks. Not us. We must see how external systems and internal systems impose themselves on us and forces us to be something else, limiting what? What do they limit? Potentiality. Limiting potentiality. What is potential? Potential is physics. It's all physics, not biology. You're dealing with physics. And what we're attempting to do today is we're attempting to recognize how potentiality is limited. And by limiting potentiality, what they do is they stunt your energy. Because if there's no potential, you're not going to apply energy to get to what? Physicality, which is your dream. All the laws of physics. And the reason why they actively stifle your potentiality, which is your spirit. Your spirit was put in you for you to defy the laws of physics. Not for you to just worship God or worship God or worship God or worship God. It was put in you to defy the laws of physics. What is your mind? Your mind was put there for you to defy the laws of physics. There is no way that the creators created the human race to be slaves. Why? Because of your mind and your spirit. How so? The spirit defies the laws of physics, and so does the mind. And this is why they created external and internal slave systems to limit your spirit, limit your potentiality, subdue your energy, and bound you in laws to stop you from creating. Why? We were not created to worship. We were created to create. You see the difference? Now, we're going to do some quick orations, and then we're done. Yeah? All right. All right, everyone, let me know when you're ready. Thank you, K. Wright. Let me know when you're ready, because I want your attention. Yeah? There's a fourth part, but it's okay. We can stop at the orations. Thank you, K. Wright. Thank you, Operate. We must. Operation, I want you to email me by explaining to me what a rapist is and why he gets a smile. I don't agree with this. You got to explain that to me. Maybe I misunderstood. Avion, fantastic question. What they did is they gave us God instead of giving us a creator. And by God, then they instituted vampiric systems around God and then have us worshiping vampires. Yeah? Yes, Unica. When we accelerate our potentiality, we begin to create. And the mere act of creation is doing what? We are creating laws of physics and we're defying laws of physics. How could anyone say that the human race was created to be slaves when they have a spirit which defies the laws of physics and they have a mind which defies the laws of physics? No, it means we were lied to. We were created to create, and the mere act of creation either dismantles present laws of physics or it creates new laws of physics. Let's get started. Orations. Say after me. It's on the screen. Renata Jones. I identify the root causes of abuse installed as programs in my psyche. Soil. There we go. Let's repeat that again. Okay, I see now that Operation okay, hold on, Operation. Before we get started, I'm going to send you, okay, that's my email, Operation. Email me. I realize English may not be your first language because that didn't come off too right. All right, let's get started. Focus. This is very important, right? The orations. Okay, Operation, no problem. Renata Jones, repeat after me and say your name. I identify the root causes of abuse installed as programs in my psyche. Let's say that one more time. Say your name, Renata Jones. I identify the root causes of abuse installed as programs in my psyche. Thank you, Ricardo. This is very important. Renata Jones, acknowledge. We're bringing it to the forefront. We identify it and we acknowledge that it's there. That these systems created the internal and external matrix of abuse within me, causing me to make repeated bad decisions. This is physics. Physics is action in motion. Bad actions, and worst of all, bad cognition, meaning not thinking right. Okay? Systems of abuse will do that to you. You can't think right. And if you can't think right, you are not creating sound decisions. Yeah? Part 3. Renata Jones, say your name. I acknowledge that these decisions and actions, watch this, created my present laws of physics that are governing and controlling my life. You see, accountability. The external and the internal caused me to make bad decisions. And I'm not talking about the child abuse. I'm talking about in general, all forms of bad decisions. Okay? We're taking accountability for all of the slave systems, external and internal, that imposed itself on me, and then they govern and control me, and then you, the individual, I, the individual, make bad decisions. And I'm talking about bad decisions, period, not sexual perversions. Okay? Like loving your enemies, like giving money, and all you get is abuse, like paying excessive taxes, and then when you need help with your mortgage, the government tells you it's unconstitutional. Let's continue. This present dynamic allows me to be continuously abused. The external and internal matrix imposed itself upon you. You made bad decisions, and it keeps you in a cycle, it limits your potentiality. Let's get to the next one. I, Renetta Jones, say your name, acknowledge from today that I am changing the laws of physics that governs me. I am rejecting the laws of physics that governs me. I am refusing the laws of physics that is abusing me. I am purging the laws of abuse that is holding me back. I am dismantling these present laws, which will result in a change in the external laws of physics around me. Did you guys catch that? Now what we're doing is we're activating the Merkaba. We're activating that system, that spirit in you that was created to defy the laws of physics. Now, how are we going to do it? I, Renetta Jones, say your name, acknowledge that my awakened, you can only do this awakened, aware, active, vigilant. You see, it requires energy. That's why you got to be awake. You can't be a zombie. You got to be aware. You can't be asleep. You got to be active. That's potentiality. That is energy in motion. You got to be vigilant. You got to be cognizant that there are parasites waiting to put you back to sleep and enslave you. I, Renetta Jones, say your name, acknowledge that my awakened, aware, active, vigilant consciousness combined with individual, myself, and the collective, humanity, sovereignty, liberty, justice, peace, financial prosperity must awaken and activate for these laws to be enforced upon the material plane and to change it. Physics in motion. Huh? Let's continue. I, Renetta Jones, say your name, demand that all financial wealth that defy the laws of gravity, that rose to the top 10% illegally, be returned to the bottom 99% without a revolution and without communism. The money is ours. We're defying the laws of religion that says we must love being poor. Nonsense. We don't love money. The money must flow according to the laws of physics, or the laws of physics must change in order for us to get what is ours. We will not accept our hard work making others rich. We cannot accept this. I, Renetta Jones, say your name, demand physical justice, that is justice in this material plane, for systemic poisoning of my body from these institutions, the internal institutions and the external institutions. Repeat after me. I, Renetta Jones, demand financial compensation, but not just compensation, justice. Giving me my money is justice for all stolen wealth by these external and internal institutions. The money is ours. You must understand this. If you don't get this, They are coming to kill us and leave us with nothing. Not just financial compensation, financial justice. Why is financial justice different? It means a restructuring of the very fabric that governs money. Compensation is just, I hurt you, I pay you, the system still stays a beast. Financial justice is, I crack the head of the system and force the wicked demonic system to change and cause the money to flow down, or cause us to defy gravity and flow up with it. Say after me. If the money continues to defy the laws of gravity by flowing up, then I must defy the laws of gravity and flow up with it. The money is ours. We got to get accustomed to this. Listen to me. It's 2,000 years we've been programmed to believe that money is evil. No, murdering people for money is evil. Stealing money is evil. Lying and cheating and stealing to get money is evil. Greed is evil. But when you work for the money or someone injure you, the money is yours. I'm not yelling at you, I'm passionate, sorry. Repeat after me. I, Renetta Jones, this is the most important of all, because you're going to need this in order to keep that money, because it's yours and it's mine. I, Renetta Jones, demand spiritual justice for stolen mind, body, soul, and spirit by these institutions. If you don't have a sound mind, body, soul, and spirit, you got no business getting money. Because the vampires will just come and steal it. Exactly. But you must not become a demon to get money. Yeah? Repeat after me. This is the most important, because this is the one that's most important, especially, this has been going on for such a long time, but it's relevant. I, Renetta Jones, say your name, because they did this to us the last 4 years. Demand medical justice for all damages and injustice done to my physical body. Okay? Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And we're done. Guys, how do you feel? How are you feeling? How are you feeling, guys? You see why I do one video? Emancipated. I feel much better. Absolutely. I feel good. Exactly. This is how you should feel. I love money, but I love creating more. Onika said, I love money, but I love creating more. I wouldn't say I love money, but injustice must be corrected. And the way in which injustice is corrected in this time and space, on this physical plane, is you have to financially compensate the victim. There's no two ways about it. Yeah? I feel good, enraged in a positive way. Yes, we must change. You understand? Now you guys understanding that we're not just biological beings. Thank you, AJ. You're welcome. Are you guys understanding that we are little engines of power? You know, they lied and said, reset. Exactly. We are the wheels of creation. Do you understand that? Do you understand? Jesus said, I say ye are gods. What does that mean? Does it mean that you find 20 million people and rule over them? No. It means I'm giving you the power to change the laws of physics. I'm giving you the power. Jesus said, come and be baptized. Why did you have to be baptized with God's Spirit? Because that's how you change the laws of physics. What are those laws? Those are the laws that confine you illegally. So before we could travel to the stars, before we can make first contact, even though we've been making contact a long time because the cheetah hoodies took over the planet, before we can communicate with the mountains and the rocks and the stones. Listen, the laws governing your belief system must change. The internal laws in you must expand. Yeah? We were not created to be slaves. That interpretation by Zachariah Sitchin was to enslave you. You cannot put a spirit into people and then say at the same time they were created to be slaves. Nope. Because the very notion of a spirit means that you have a vehicle that defies slavery. Yes, Avion. They prick you with a needle. Yup, the new serpent bite. All right, guys. So I hope that tonight empowered you. I hope that today strengthened you. I hope that you expanded your consciousness today. And I hope that you go forward to do great things. Go out and begin to defy the laws of physics. By doing what? Activating your spirit. And let your spirit do great things. I did not say that you could put your hand in a lion's mouth. Okay, that is not what I'm talking about. You got to start small. Okay, I did not say that you're going to start floating in the air. Yes, there are people who can float in the air because they learn to defy the laws of physics, and religion killed them all. In the Caribbean, we have people who used to fly. Religion killed them all. In Africa, there were people who used to fly. Religion killed them all. And then say everyone who flies is a witch. No, these people knew how to defy the laws of physics. And they were all murdered. I'm not saying to go out and do that, but I'm saying start with the little things in your life and begin to turn those little things upside down on their heads and bring it under your laws. Yeah? All right? All right, guys. I love you and thank you so much. I love that you guys love long form videos. I love you guys. Thank you, guys. I'm going to get justice. Sukunya, exactly. Even though Sukunyas are no good, but I'm saying they defy the laws of physics. Okay? I'm going to defy the laws of physics they imposed on me in my life. You must defy the laws of physics in yours. We are going to be traveling the stars soon, people. People, we are going to be going into these mountains, into civilization. Oh. All right, guys. I said too much. I said too much. Guys, love you. We are going to the stars. Guys, we are going to the stars very soon. We are going to be traveling the stars, not in dream form, okay? We are going to meet civilizations that's in these mountains, and I'm not talking about the lizards waiting there to turn us into food. And in order to do that, your consciousness needs to expand. Love you guys. Love each other. Thank you for enjoying the long form video. Kisses. Have a wonderful evening.